are with your prior knowledge. The first question, a cover letter does not highlight your most important qualities. 2, it is okay to use the same cover letter when applying to different jobs. 3, paragraphs should be long and the entire length of the letter should be more than 1 page in length. So Nicole, what did you say for question 1?
Question 1, I said false.
And for question 2?
True.
And what did you say for question 3?
For that one, I put false.
3 out of 4, awesome job, except for number 2. It is not okay to use the same cover letter when you're applying to different jobs. So this is going to be the essential question I'm going to focus my learning objective on for the lesson today. Based on the results of your pretest, our lesson on cover letters today is going to focus around the essential question, how do we tailor our cover letters to specific job descriptions? Do you have any ideas?
Yes, I do have a couple of ideas. First, I would say that you could research the company to see what they look for in their job applicants. And second, I think that you could and should relate your past experiences to the job requirements.
These are 2 awesome ideas. But thirdly, I'd like to add that today our lesson is going to focus around the activity of relating professional qualities to the job description. You can use professional qualities that you've gained in previous jobs in your cover letter and be able to work them and tailor them to the job description and what the job requirements are that are outlined in the job description. As your tutor, I'd like to share my learning objectives for the class today in order for you to see the expectations that I have for you and you can meet them accordingly. So for performance, you will write a uniquely tailored cover letter under the conditions when you are provided a specific job description. And by the end of it, you will be able to write a cover letter pertaining to that specific job description in a creative, unique way that reflects your own self-awareness. However, before we begin, I'd like to directly instruct you this PowerPoint outlining specific tips, what to do, what not to do with cover letters, so that you can accurately meet the learning objectives I have for the class today. What is a cover letter? Whenever you send a resume or application to a potential employer, you must include a cover letter if the employer requests it. This is essentially your sales pitch. It should introduce you to the employer, highlight your most important experiences or qualifications, and make a clear connection between your skills and the position or workplace. What you should do with your cover letter. Use action verbs in an active voice. Give the employer the impression that you are excited and enthusiastic about the job you are applying for. Use technical terms to demonstrate your knowledge and expertise. Vary the first word of your sentences. Half of your sentences can start with I, and the other half should start with another word. Spice things up by varying the first word of your sentences throughout the letter. The tone of your letter should be professional, enthusiastic, and direct. You want to provide enthusiasm and excitement for the job in the most direct and clear way possible. Keep paragraphs short. 3 sentences should make up 1 paragraph. Keep details brief and to the point. You should also tailor each letter to the position that you are applying for. Keep it to 1 page in length because anything more would be too much. Triple check for errors in spelling, grammar, and punctuation. These kinds of errors are some of the most common reasons employers give for turning down a candidate. And have at least 2 other people proofread a hard copy version because spell check won't find everything. What you shouldn't do with your cover letter. Don't use one generic cover letter for all jobs. Again, tailor each letter to the position you are applying for. Don't misspell the name of the human resources manager, headhunter, or organization that you are contacting. Don't try and achieve perfection the first time around. The cover letter process takes time and effort. Treat the process of writing your cover letter similarly to the process of writing an essay if you were handing it in to be graded. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Parents, professors, previous employers are great sources to go to if you need help at any writing stage along the way. Don't repeat information or copy exactly what is already on your resume. You should be able to sell yourself through your cover letter without copying exactly what is on your resume. Here are some helpful cover letter tips. Make sure you actually introduce yourself to potential employers in your letter. Your letter should include the following: the contact name at the company correctly spelled, the company name correctly spelled, and the correct address and zip code. You should be formal in your letter, but reflect your personality, attitude, motivation, and enthusiasm. You should state the purpose of your letter as well. aka what position you are applying for. Again, your letter should be tailored to address the requirements of a particular job. This is very important. Demonstrate your knowledge of the company or organization and enthusiasm for the job as well. Take the time to research the company and use what you learn to explain how you will contribute to the employer's business. And lastly, using short narrative examples, show how your skills and experience are an excellent match for the position. You should also use your cover letter to showcase your strong writing skills. Spark the employer's interest in you and encourage them to read your resume. Again, highlight key points, but do not replicate your resume. The most powerful words in a cover letter are referral names. Managers hiring will take note when seeing the name of someone that they know or someone who already works for the organization. Lastly, include a polite closing that tells the contact person how to get in touch with you, or says that you will be calling the person to follow up in the future. And then be sure to follow up as promised.
That PowerPoint was really great. I took some great notes that I can use for this assignment as well as when I apply for jobs in the future.
So now that you have a better understanding of what a cover letter should entail, let's direct the lesson back to you and think about your top 3 professional qualities. Organization, self-motivation, and advocacy. Those are 3 great skills.
Thank you.
Now let's take a look at how to actually craft a cover letter using a guideline to follow, and then we'll take a look at an example of a sample cover letter and see how this person used his own 3 qualities and how he displayed them in his cover letter. And this could serve as a model for you to use as well.
Sounds good.
So here's a model of what a cover letter should look like. Before we begin, just emphasized in our PowerPoint before, your cover letter should accomplish the following. It should clearly route your cover letter and resume to the right person for the right job opening. You should show you can communicate professionally in writing. You should reinforce qualifications presented in your resume and show that you are a good fit for the company by using short narrative examples of how your experience and skills match the needs of the employer, just like I said in the PowerPoint. And lastly, reflect your positive attitude, personality, motivation, and enthusiasm. So to begin the cover letter, you want to have your address first, followed by the date, the company name, the company address, and then Dear, the correct contact person's name or their title if you don't know their name. The first paragraph should arouse interest. It should identify the position that you're applying to and indicates how you heard about it. Be specific in defining your purpose. In the second paragraph, you should introduce and sell your relevant skills and experience. Describe how you meet the job qualifications and the needs of the employer. Outline your strongest qualifications that match position requirements. Give examples of your skills and experiences that relate to the position. And provide evidence of your related experiences and accomplishments as well. In the last paragraph, request further action. Suggest a plan of action. Request an interview. Indicate you will call during a specific time. Always thank the employer at the close of your letter for the time and consideration given to your application. And then sincerely your name, and if not printed, then typed in an email.
Is it possible to have more than 3 paragraphs in your cover letter?
Yes, it is possible, especially if you have more than one professional quality that meets the job description. But just make sure to keep it to 1 page in length. Now let's take a look at a sample internship description and a sample cover letter for this description. So the qualifications include: the person must be able to receive college credit for this internship and provide verification that credit will be received, is knowledgeable about the game of hockey, has an interest in television production and communications, has excellent organizational skills and must be detail-oriented, and lastly is available and willing to work nightly shifts during the week, generally beginning at 3 p.m., some weekends, and available to work some holidays. So in the first paragraph of his cover letter, he arouses interest in the internship by saying that he is excited to have found the listing, for the Boston Bruins pre- and post-game show internship. He also meets the requirement of receiving college credit by emphasizing that he can receive college credit for the internship and can also provide verification. He meets the qualification of being knowledgeable about the game of hockey by stating that he has played on the University of Massachusetts hockey club team for the past 3 years. He meets the requirement of interest in television production and communications by saying that he has gained knowledge about television production and effective advertising. He meets the qualification of excellent organizational skills and must be detail-oriented by saying that with his experience in scoring games, he has obtained organizational skills and attention to detail by logging games, archiving video, and presenting statistics. In the last paragraph, he requests further action by saying that he will follow up in the future, and he also states that he will be available to work night, weekend, and holiday shifts, also outlined in the qualifications. Based on the overall sample cover letter, his paragraphs are short and succinct, 1 page in length. He uses an active voice by saying, "I am passionate, I am a leader, I am confident." Not all of his sentences start with I. It is tailored to the position he or she is applying for, and it uses narrative examples. And it lets the contact person know how to get in touch with him. There are also no typos or grammatical errors. This is a great model to use when creating your own sample cover letter. Now let's use your 3 professional qualities that you came up with before and the information you just learned from the sample cover letter and sort of incorporate them together and come up with 3 sentences you could possibly use in your own sample cover letter.
So I came up with a few sentences after looking at that example, and they are: 1, I have a great deal of advocacy experience from a marketing assistant job I withheld last year by reaching out to over 100 UMass clubs and organizations to fundraise for Big Brother, Big Sister. 2, I use my strong organizational skills to schedule meetings and take notes for program directors. And 3, I'm a very self-motivated worker because I work during the school year.
That was great.
Thanks.
I have one piece of advice, however. For their last sentence where you said, "I am a very self-motivated worker because I worked during the school year," maybe mention where you did work and say maybe an accomplishment that took place during the year, like a promotion or something like that. And for homework tonight, I know it's the end of our lesson. I would like to ask you to come in tomorrow to our next tutoring session with a full-out cover letter of your own choosing of which job you'd like to have in the future, and sort of tailor your cover letter to the job descriptions that you either make up or you find online. So basically, write a cover letter for me and come in the next tutoring session with it tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, I have a homework assignment.
Awesome, let's take a look. So it looks like you are applying to be the program assistant for the Boston Nonprofit Housing Association. And it looks as if they are seeking a well-organized, something that you are, self-motivated, another quality, individual who is going to help schedule meetings, help coordinate regional trainings, etc. So this looks good. It looks like you already meet 2 of the qualifications. And you did a great job of outlining your address first, followed by the date, the contact person, and their correct address. And you stated, "Dear Miss James," which is very good as well. And in your first paragraph, it looks as if you show that you're very enthusiastic about the position by stating that it is with enthusiasm. That's great. And you state which position you're applying for, the program assistant. And you also state that you're passionate about having a personal interest in advocacy. You did a great job of exemplifying your 3rd quality. And in your second paragraph, you use narrative examples outlining your professional qualities, such as, "I used my strong organizational skills to schedule regional meetings, take notes, and provide regular updates for the program directors." You even met another qualification by scheduling regional meetings, because one of the qualifications that they are looking for is to help schedule meetings, which is great. And lastly, in your 3rd paragraph, you said that you would follow up and you thanked them for their time and consideration. So you did a great job overall, and it looks as if you could use this in the future. So I'm really proud for out of everything you took away from our lesson today, and you did a great job.
Thanks for a great lesson.
Great job, kid.